Hello everybody, I'm Don Counts. Welcome into Fayetteville Public Utilities Channel 6, and today I've got my friend Mr. Lee Maddox, hometown boy. Good to see you, brother.
Doing great, Don. How about you?
I'm good. Lee and I grew up together and went to school together and then worked at WKR together, and then the man went to the big leagues and now doing some television for the Farm Bureau. And tell everybody about, you married a girl from here. Tell them about yourself there, your mother.
Well, yeah, that's probably the best part, is that girl I married from here, Alicia Hereford, and we got two great kids there in Columbia. It's hard to believe I've been away from here for, I've been at Farm Bureau in Columbia for 22 years now.
Wow.
Or a little over 22, but I have fond memories of those days back at WKR and WITM,
right.
and we had some good times back in those days. I miss them.
Yeah, I do too.
But I like keeping up on FPU,
yeah.
What y'all do online.
That's true.
That makes it real nice that anybody can watch that around the world.
That's right. And I know you keep up over at your mom's, and tell her about who your mom is.
Yeah, Janice Maddox, and well, of course it's Janice Maddox Hastings Carr now, and she's married to Reeves Carr, and obviously she's been a pretty important part of my life, and just a great family. I've been blessed big time.
I mean, she's an important part of this community over the years, worked in the city for many years, and then now retired. So tell everybody what you do with the Farm Bureau. The Farm Bureau is a big organization that, and we've done a lot of stories here lately about agriculture in particular. So you can talk about what you do there.
Well, yeah, a lot of people, of course, would think of Farm Bureau mainly as an insurance company, perhaps, and which it is, but it's a lot more than just an insurance company. That's one part of it, and an important part of it. But Farm Bureau is an organization that was started in 1921.
Wow.
A group of farmers got together at that point. Were seeing that they needed a better representation on their behalf. Well, of course, at that time, there were a whole lot of people, just about everybody was farming, came off a farm, but it started that way with a group of farmers coming together and saying they wanted a unified voice for the ag industry, and that's what it's been since 1921. We're still doing that today. We feel like we're the voice of agriculture in Tennessee, and not just in Tennessee, but across the country. All 50 states have a Farm Bureau organization, and Puerto Rico, and that makes up the American Farm Bureau Federation. So we're a part of that. We're blessed again here in Tennessee that we've got more members that belong to the Tennessee Farm Bureau than any other state. 640-something thousand members. Wow. A lot of them right here in Lincoln County, and we're proud of that. But there's a lot of Farm Bureau members across the country, all pulling together to speak out on behalf of agriculture and rural life. That's something that needs a strong voice. They're a strong part of every community, of every county, of every state. Agriculture, what we feel, is our most important industry. So that's kind of what I do. Is I help those farmers with a voice for Tennessee agriculture.
When we're at Hamburger Day, we get to meet a lot of your friends. You have lobbyists up there, and plus the Commissioner of Agriculture used to be your boss, Julius Johnson.
That's right. He was our Chief Administrative Officer before he became Governor Haslam's Commissioner of Agriculture, and been blessed in that regard too, to have that relationship. And even before him, our former CAO was Governor Sundquist's Commissioner of Agriculture, Dan Wheeler. So and that's who hired me, and Murray Miles, and so Farm Bureau's got a great relationship with all the ag industries. We've actually got an organization called the Farm and Forest Families of Tennessee, and it's comprised of all kinds of ag groups and agencies across the state that work to promote Tennessee agriculture and protect it. But yeah, we've got lobbyists up there. People might not think of a good term to have in terms of lobbyists, but I think we're well respected on Capitol Hill because we're speaking up and on behalf of farmers across the state, those issues that that are important to them, and that's one of our primary goals and missions as a farm organization. So we feel strongly about our representation in Nashville, and then of course through the American Farm Bureau in Washington, D.C.
Sure. And those are very important. We're all lobbyists to some extent, but these guys are full-time to be the voice to the people that make the decisions.
Yeah, the rural people, don't have a strong voice like they once did.
Sure.
There's just fewer and fewer farmers, and I think it's lost and it's overlooked, and we're blessed in this country again to have the food supply that we have, a cheap, I shouldn't say cheap, but affordable food supply.
Absolutely.
The safest food supply.
Yeah.
That's important
Very
to everybody. Both me and you.
That's right.
Every day I like to eat,
For sure.
And the clothes, the fiber products that come from our farmers, all those are critically important to our survival. We think it's just as important part of our national security as our military. Having a strong food supply, a country that can feed itself, is going to take care of itself.
Right. Well, Sir Mac just interviewed Josh Ogle, young farmer, and young farmers are important to continue the tradition.
Josh Ogle's been fantastic. I remember actually following him along in high school during the FFA Tractor Day, even when he was in high school. And now Josh has come through, been a strong part of Farm Bureau, a strong leader for us, and now he's on our state board of directors. So we're really proud of Josh, and a lot of people wouldn't realize too that our president and board of directors over the Tennessee Farm Bureau are all full-time farmers.
Wow.
And they are elected every year at our state convention that we have. The voting delegates from all 95 counties come together, and that's how we form our policies, actually. That's why we have lobbyists. We form policies of course, it starts at the county level, starts with farmers talking about issues that are important to them, and then that moves up all the way to the state level, and Josh has been an important part what he does to represent farmers not only here but now in the mid-state area, which he represents all what we call our District 2. So just real proud of what Josh has been able to accomplish and what he does on an everyday basis, speaking out for agriculture.
And I told you on the phone earlier about Donnie Ogle, talked about the Farm Bureau locally and how they have breakfast and how they're going to have, that was for the state legislatures lately, but they're going to have one also coming up for the local elected officials, and that's a really good thing. But there again, we're still trying to carry that voice on for the farmer.
Yeah, that's a great idea to have that. It's important that even at the local level, as I said, there's just fewer and fewer farmers, and there's a lot of lawmakers or a lot of county commissioners that weren't raised up on a farm or don't have a farm background. So it's important that we let them know how important those issues are. Those still are. It's just still, again, what we call our most important industry, agriculture. So.
Growing up working in the radio business at 5:15, there was Murray Miles would come on. I'm not sure what the show was called. It was Accent
Farm Digest.
Farm Digest.
You're talking about the TV show?
Well, we're talking about the radio show at 5:15.
That was Accent Agriculture.
Accent
It used to be called that, and now it's we're still doing that through the Tennessee Radio Network. It's a 2-minute daily report. Comes on early in the morning still.
5:15.
But called Tennessee Home and Farm Radio now. That kind of matches our magazine that we have that goes to our membership.
Good magazine.
Tennessee Home and Farm magazine goes out to all our members, and we're proud of that magazine, what it does, and we're continuing on that radio program that Murray Miles started many years ago. And
speaking of Murray Miles, then he had the television show that you'd see on Channel 4 back years ago in my day.
Right, and it aired statewide on some other affiliates and stations that Murray started back in the mid-1960s, and or late 60s, I guess I should say, and it's just a program to promote Tennessee agriculture, again, feature stories, and we're still doing not that program, but we're doing another program on RFD TV somewhere around 10 times a year. We
Yeah.
do a 30-minute program for RFD. It's called Farm Bureau's Voices of Agriculture. It comes on Saturday. I'll give a plug here.
Go ahead, yeah.
It comes
It's on our channel.
every Saturday at 2:30 Central Time, Saturday afternoon. Is that show. It's a different Farm Bureau every week, and again, we do it about 10 times a year.
Very good. Well, the people with FBU cable can tune that in, and that's very important and a good show. And I know it's a lot of work involved in that. You have. Let's talk about your staff there. Your staff. If you're doing a magazine, you're doing these TV shows. It's not just you.
No, it's not me. I've got a great bunch of folks we work with. All of our staff, we work together very closely, and that's been a great thing. We've got a great relationship, and they all help contribute somehow. But I have Melissa Bratton, who's been on our staff for several years, and she's actually the editor of the magazine and editor of our newspaper. We have a bi-monthly newspaper that goes to our farmer members, and that's more of it's got more ag-oriented issues, whereas the the magazine has got more feature stories that's going to the overall membership. So, that's basically it. There's a couple of us, but we've got a couple of other support folks in the communications part of our staff. But looking to add to that staff.
Yeah.
And, trying to find somebody. Thought maybe you might come up sometime and go to work with us.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, us hometown people, we love being hometown. It was a while to get Lincoln County out of you. You really can't ever get rid of Lincoln County.
Oh no! Everywhere I go, that's one of the first things I say is my name, and I'm from Lincoln County. Even though I've been in Murray County now for 22 years, and Murray County's been great to us. But Lincoln County, it never gets out of you. It's I feel very fortunate to have been brought up here in a great community to be a part of. And
it is.
I love to come back, and thankful that my folks are here, and my wife's folks are here, so we do come back pretty regular. Not as much as I'd like to, but it's still home. Yeah,
you follow the football and all the programs, and you come and host the Christmas Pass. We see you around a lot.
Yeah, I love Fayetteville and Lincoln County. Nothing like it.
Well,
and I let everybody know that all over the state. I work Farm Bureau represents all 95 counties, but I guarantee you those other 94, at some point or another, they've heard me talk about Lincoln County.
The Commissioner of Agriculture, Judith Johnson, says that you are the best Lincoln County ambassador out there.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I do. I give it my share when I get the chance. If somebody lets me, I'll tell them about Lincoln County.
Well, we're proud you've done well, and over the years you've got to meet a lot of interesting people, from Peyton Manning, and I'm sure you know Charlie, the guy that does the
Farmer Charlie. That's the insurance side of it, and he's been a great asset. He's actually from Knoxville, and that's an ad agency that does a fantastic job with those ads. Those have been really a hit for us, especially for our insurance company. And I'd be remiss not to shout out the local insurance boys here at the local Farm Bureau. Of course, Glenn Odom, is retired, and Glenn, I think he takes credit for getting me hired on at Farm Bureau. I'm not sure of that, but Chris and Matt and Lynn and Nancy and all the folks at the county, we call them the county farm bureaus, at the Lincoln County Farm Bureau. They're important, and I know Farmer Charlie has been quite an asset, and he's just, it makes you feel good to see some of those commercials.
Sure does.
Those commercials like that. So.
Oh yeah, and of course Matt moved out Park City, got a new office out there, and of course Glenn is on our board, so we appreciate his support for Fayetteville Public Utilities as well. So anyway, we appreciate all the things you've done, and we're so proud that you've done so well. Appreciate you always coming by here and see us every now and then, and we wish you well in the future there, my friend.
All right, thank you. And this is the man, right?
Yeah, right. Thank you very much.
Mr. Lincoln County.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. But anyway, we appreciate what you do, and Farm Bureau, and and farmers, because what's the line there? If you eat, you're a farmer. Is that what's your line?
If you eat, you're involved in agriculture.
That's right. So,
And there's the Tennessee Magic Moments campaign is a campaign that we've been working on, and there's
Right.
and you know, if you write out magic moments, or the word magic, AG right there in the front of it, ag moments, there would be no magic without agriculture.
Wow.
So, you know, you can think of weddings or football games, and you take agriculture out of the picture, and there's no magic. So,
Wow.
So ag moments are magic moments. So that's what we try to promote.
That's a good line. Thank you very much. Lee Maddox has been our guest today, and we appreciate him and appreciate all the things you do there, and we appreciate you watching here on Fayetteville Public Utilities Channel 6. I'm Don Council. We'll see you back here next time. Thank you, bro.